don't believe in ghosts have the scariest stories. When I was younger, I had a friend who found out that I was super into the paranormal, and they very casually told me that they might have a story for me. And then they sat down and told me one of the scariest experiences that I have ever heard secondhand. Bear with me, this was 15 years ago, so I'm gonna do my best. It all started with a new house, because it always starts with a new house. This person, their sibling, and their mom moved into this house, and at first they were really happy with it. At first. Things started to feel different, as if the vibes have shifted. This person and their siblings started feeling watched as they were sleeping at night, especially in the room that connected to the attic. Now, this house had something special about it. From what I remember them describing to me, it had a large fan to pump cool air throughout the house. At night, this person and their siblings started to feel more and more uncomfortable. The feeling of being watched was so intense that sometimes it felt like someone was standing in the room. And then finally, someone was standing in the room. From where they were sleeping, they were facing the wall where the attic door was. And one night they woke up to see in the corner of the room next to the attic was the form of a little girl.
Why is it always a creepy little girl in the corner?
The little girl had a white dress on, dark, long hair, and her eyes were glaring into my friends. And before they could even register, oh my God, a ghost, the girl was gone. Night after night, they would start seeing this little girl again. Not only would they see this little girl, but the door to the attic would start opening. And it was not just them that was experiencing this. The sibling had seen the little girl. The mom started experiencing strange things in the house. And it was continuing to escalate. On the nights when my friend saw this little girl, she started getting closer and closer to the bed, to the point where she was standing right over my friend's bed. The entire family was terrified. Eventually, the only way that any of them felt safe was to sleep together in the living room. From what I remember, they left the house. And either just as they were leaving or right after they left, they learned something incredibly disturbing. Back years and years ago, when that big old fan in the attic was still in use, the family that lived there had a little girl, and she enjoyed watching the blades of the fan go round and round. And one day when she was playing alone, she made her way up to the attic, went to lean over and watch the blades go round and round, and fell. She was killed in the fan. And yet this person looked at me with a straight face and said, I don't know. I'm not really sure what that was. And then I have to sit there and look at them like, well, I do have one theory.